Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy. Welcome to Fast Break. Um, got a lot of information for you guys. A lot of information for you guys. This episode right here will be strictly based about AZ Fudd. AZ Fudd, y'all. AZ Fudd, the high school phenom, the UConn, UConn, one of UConn's best players. Um, I got, AZ has a special place in my heart, you guys. If I'm being 100% honest, I got a story about AZ, and I'm gonna get to that in a second about why I like AZ so much. Okay, and to be honest, when I've been on these platforms, I haven't really spoke about AZ too much. There's one concern with AZ. Everybody knows that she's had multiple surgeries, dating back, excuse me, from high school. AZ had a lot of surgeries dating back from high school. But as far as who she is as a player, her heart, her IQ, just her play, period. Um, she's a great player. She's a top player. She deserves to be in the WNBA. I am a big Chicago Sky fan. I'm also an Indiana Fever fan. Um, Obviously, if you know me, you know I'm from Detroit. So I want the Shock to come back to Detroit so I can just travel downtown and go watch a game and watch all the other ladies come visit Detroit, and I can go see some games and see all these ladies play because I support the game big time. But as of late, AZ she's been on a tear lately. In the last couple games, especially in that third quarter, she's been putting up big numbers. She's been stepping up big for her team. They just got a really, really, really big win against South Carolina the other day, taking them down in major fashion. And she had an outstanding game. She had a great game in the game before that as well. Her last 3-4 games have been amazing. And it's a testament to who she truly is as a player. Okay, so we're gonna go back a little bit, y'all, about AZ Fudd. So my daughter plays basketball. Everybody knows that. I talk about her often. She just turned 13. She's in the 7th grade. So maybe when she was about 8 years old, and she had been playing for a couple years, and I started to realize, like, man, my daughter she can play, and if she takes this thing seriously, she's always been a great student. She just got student of the month. She goes to the #1 academic school in Michigan. Um, if I and I put her there for a reason, for academics, because I care about that so much. But me and my wife care about that so much. But excuse me, I'm getting over a sickness too. But anyway, so once I realized how good I thought her potential was to be, and I realized like she really likes the game, like she really enjoys playing basketball. It's fun for her, and she's natural at it. I started to look around to see who I could try to get her to look up to. You know what I mean? And I wanted to find somebody who I felt was similar, had similar game to her, somebody who was stellar in the classroom and on the court. Somebody who, you know, kind of looked similar to her. If I could find that person, and I came across AZ Fudd, and I came across many young ladies, but AZ stood out. She stood out to me, and she stood out to me. She favors my daughter, and this is a true story, y'all. This is a true story. Now, if y'all know AZ signature, it's like Juju got the bun. AZ signature is the two braids, right? She rocked the two braids. That's AZ signature. If AZ playing in the game, 9 times out of 10, she gonna come and she gonna have those two braids. And um, my daughter, to this day, if it's a big game, my daughter gonna have the two braids. She got that from AZ Fudd, and that's no joke. That's straight up. But let me get back to the story. So I'm looking for a player, looking for somebody who I can give my daughter to kind of look up to and kind of guide my daughter, just somebody to keep her interested in the game, keep her following somebody who has game and she could kind of mimic her game behind. And I came across AZ. She was the very first young lady that I sent my daughter videos. I remember she had I think it was Slam. She had a video. This is back in high school. She had a video, and it was like a day in the life. And she had her. It was at her house, like she was at home in the comfort of her own home with her family, her dad, her mom, and I remember in that video she had this game they had her parents had bought her, and it was like a dribbling game, right? And she would have to mimic the dribbles, and she was just killing it. She was killing it, and I'm like, okay, I see what's up, but her resume had already been her resume. She had, if y'all know Azzy's her, what I'm saying, her from her high school days, she was Gatorade player of the year three times. Three times from her sophomore year, I believe, all the way up. Sophomore, junior, senior year, her last 3 years. She was Gatorade player of the year for Washington, DC. I think it was the first time it had ever been done by a sophomore, to be honest. He just was a standout. She was ESPN top player in the class. She played for a school called St. John College High School out of DC, and I think Azzy's originally from Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. I know a lot about this young lady because I really did my research. I followed her, and I used to send my daughter videos. I'm talking about from the time my daughter was 8 years old. She just turned 13. 8 years old is when I started to send her these videos of Azzy. And so I got fond memories of Azzy. I've been following her since then. Wanted to see her do well. I remember Azzy being one of the first girls to go to Steph Curry's camp. She went to the camp and she won the 3-point competition. And she ended up tearing her MCL and her ACL in high school. And she had to have 2 surgeries back then. And I was heartbroken. Like, I remember telling my daughter that news. And I remember when she committed to UConn, telling my daughter about UConn. And that led me to start telling her the history of UConn and Gino and his history with UConn and his winning history about their school. And she also had, obviously, she had injuries excuse me, in college. So Azzy has a special place in my heart, you guys. She really does. She's a special player, special talent. And what I feel about Azzy, I feel like we just now really seeing who Azzy is. This is who she is. She's a winner. Um, she is definitely battle tested. And I think that going through the surgeries that she's been through in her young career, that sometimes it takes a little bit to really get that confidence back. Just because you're on the court don't mean you fully confident taking that step. You fully confident doing that crossover or putting all your pressure or your weight on something. Like, mentally, you have to get back. You might be able to physically do things, but your mental status just sometimes don't be there. The confidence ain't there. You know what I'm saying? I think she battled with that, getting back on the court, and it takes a little time. I mean, I've had a meniscus surgery, and I had my surgery later in life. I was in my mid-30s when I had my meniscus surgery, and it took me a long time to feel like I could even run again. I probably could have, but I didn't trust my body. I didn't trust my legs. And it took me like really 2 years to fully be confident running. I mean, I know that's a lot of time, but I'm not on the court and doing all them things that these young athletes are doing. Not at that particular time in my life and my age. I still get out there and move around and train with my daughter and stuff like that, but it's not nearly the same. But my biggest concern with Azzy was she going to gain that confidence back? Was she going to be able to get back? And it looks like he's showing the world, yes, I can get back. And she has all the tools. She has every tool available in her toolbox. She's one of the best shooters in the college game right now. And whoever gets her in the draft, I think it's gonna get a great product. She's gifted, and she's just a good person. Like her aura, her energy. Azzy is selfless. She's about team first. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about her. It's not all about her stats. She's well spoken. She has a very good IQ, and I hope that one of these teams close by, the Fever, the Sky, I hope one of these teams pick her up. I want to be able to go drive and go see her play often. She is one of my favorite players, Coming in out this draft, Olivia Miles probably being my number one. But my daughter definitely, she may be my daughter's favorite. And my daughter's game is very similar to Azzi's game. If I had to pick somebody, AZ game is probably very close to how my daughter plays currently. My daughter is really fundamental. She's not really too flashy. She's trying to get her shiftiness and build that shiftiness, and she's getting it. But I have my daughter watch a lot of Hannah Hidalgo just because she's on the shorter side. She watches AZ a lot. She watches a lot of players, though. I can go on and on and on. She watches Olivia Miles. She watches a lot of guards, and that being the 1 and the 2 spot. My daughter loves Angel Reese. She loves Caitlin Clark. She loves these. She loves the taller players sometimes. Like, Angel's a taller player. My daughter loves Angel. But AZ though, man, um, she's been balling. I mean, let's call it what it is. That girl been balling. She been going hard. And I love it. I love it. I love it for her. I love it for her confidence. I love it for her teammates. I love it for her team. I think they can make a deep run. They just knocked off one of the best teams in the NCAA. Don is always prepared, and Don gets it done with a lot of great talent, but they spread it out. They beat you collectively as a team, and they came to play. They came to play, and UConn got the job done. Still, a little bit left until we get into March and we get into this tournament play, but I am very confident about UConn and what they can achieve this year. I believe this is Paige's last year. I believe this is Azzi's last year. This is going to be Sarah Strong's team moving forward, and she is a very good player as well. UConn always gets a lot of top talent coming out of high school. It is definitely a program that young ladies want to be a part of. Gino has built something special and spectacular, and he gets a lot of those young ladies professional, whether it be in a WNBA or whether it be overseas. A lot of his players do turn pro, and he has the blueprint for that. So I just had to make this video. I just had to, because who she is as a player, who she is to my daughter, and like I said, I don't speak on AZ a lot on podcasts and stuff like that because I really had a concern about her injuries. Do I still think she could have been drafted even if she didn't have these breakout games? Absolutely. Absolutely. She is that good. She is definitely that good. My concern was more about her getting back to herself and fully feeling confident about what she could do on the floor. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that right now. Like I said, she's special, man. She's an amazing talent. And sometimes when you play inside the system may hold you back a little bit. And I believe that is something that may be taking place with a lot of these young ladies that play in Gino's system. Some of them I think are not, they playing what they're doing his style of play and the things that he wants to run and how he wants to run it. It's not just, it's my I'm gonna go out here and just take over. Even though I think he wants that at times. I think he wants these young ladies to step up and just show who they are. And I think AZ has been doing that, these last couple games. I hope she continues it. And I wish her well. I don't want to see anybody get injured. I don't want her to have any more injuries moving forward. I hope she has a very long college career, and wherever she lands, you got a fan right here. AZ, I'm telling you right now, you got a fan in me. You got a fan of my daughter. My daughter has been following you since she was 8 years old, and she's going to follow you probably for the rest of her life. Like I said, you were the first young lady that I decided that I wanted to, introduce my daughter to, and she has looked up to you ever since. And I'm proud of what you've accomplished, and you're going to accomplish a lot more after this year. Everybody knows Notre Dame is my team right there, but I do have a lot of players that I root for, and she is one of them. I like Paige a lot too. I like Sarah Strong, but when it comes to those three, AZ is my favorite, and that's just what it is. Um, Not to slight any of the other girls because I like all three of them. I truly do. But AZ is definitely she's got a special place in my heart, man. So I wish her the best moving forward. Indiana Fever, Chicago. Um, y'all better make some smart choices. And if AZ's available, you definitely want to probably make that selection. Definitely, so me and my daughter can go and take a trip and go see her play more times than not. You know what I mean? If she's right there in Chicago, if she's in Indiana, I will make that trip to go watch this young lady play. Um, I will go make a trip for Olivia Miles, Sellers, any of these young ladies. There's a couple more. Sonya Citron I like a lot. It's some others, and I'm gonna hold on to those names until I get on my big bro K-Sap or my brother Claude or Brooklyn 80s, WBB, I Am Zoe, and don't forget Keisha, Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports, any of those podcasts. Y'all go subscribe to them podcasts. Them is good people with knowledge of the game. And those is my family members. Those are the people who I love getting on and debating with and sharing my, what I think about all these players. And I love getting their feedback and seeing their point of view for all those channels, man. So Big Bro K-Sap, Simply Ball Dropping. Please check him out because he shows so much love to just not me, but to all of us as this community is building. Um, that's my guy right there. And he's so knowledgeable, man. I love just being on his podcast and being able to speak and pick everybody's brain that comes up there. Excuse me. But that's what I think about Azzi Fudd. I hope that she gets on the roster where I can go drive and go see her. I hope the shot bring a team back to Detroit and that gets approved and I can drive right downtown and go see everybody. Everybody. I want to see Angel Reese. I want to see Caitlin Clark. I want to see Olivia. I want to see Kennedy Carter back on the team so I can see her play in LA Sparks. I want to see my girl. I want to see my girl come out there and do work. And everybody be hating on her. You know what I'm saying she can't play defense, Y'all go stop talking about my girl. You know what I'm saying? She's a savage. She's doing her thing and Unrivaled. And soon as actually Unrival's on right now, I need to tune in. I had to make this video real quick though. So, we getting that out the way. But y'all quit hating on Rakia, man. Rakia Jackson. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. I know I forgot to say her name, but Rakia Jackson is a special talent and she's a bucket. And she gonna keep getting better and better and better. And I think LA has a very good team too. So watch out for them. Watch out for them, especially with Kelsey Plum being an addition to that team. I'm looking to see what Chicago do in this draft and who they pick is going to be major for them moving forward, who they pair with Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. So we'll be looking for that. There'll be some more videos coming real soon, you guys. Again, this is Fast Break with your boy AD. I'm going to keep them coming. I'm going to try to be more consistent moving forward. And but that's all I got for y'all today. We'll be following to see when the draft comes where AZ ends up and see how this tournament plays out for UConn and see what they can do. Maybe they can make some noise. But until next time, see y'all later.